welcome to Service Drive Revolution Drive-By. This is where we answer your questions. The number, should you have a question, should there be something holding you back that you just need an answer to, is 8333-ASK-SDR. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. And Christian and I will do our very best to try to help you through that. Should mention that if we answer your question on the big show, we send out a pretty nice little swag bag.
Rewards.
Because, you know, the thing that I've always thought is, and I know this to be true, if you have a question, it's probably burning somebody else's mind too. So you're doing people a favor by asking the question.
They just might have forgot the number.
Let's go to today's question.
I keep in contact with my customers daily or every other day, depending on hurdles of parts, warranty authorization, etc. The most frequent comment I'm getting is that the process takes too long, going through the authorization hurdles, parts, delays, and then the work. How do you address that with the customer at the time they pick up their car?
Is it Brian with an I or a Y?
Why, for sure. You can tell by the sound in his voice.
Brian, let me tell you, this question is so easy to answer, and I appreciate you asking it. The only thing you have to do is not wait till the end. It's all in the frame up front. Like, you can tell customers up front, like, we have a backlog in parts, we are short whatever it is, if you tell them up front and they can plan for it, they will understand. If you pet the dog and you make friends and you tell them the truth up front, frame them on what realistically is about to happen, you don't have to tell them at the end because they already know. But if you wait until the end, it's too late. But you're begging for forgiveness instead of taking control of the situation.
Yeah.
I remember, way back when I was a service advisor, this dealership that I worked in was such a hot mess.
Is this the one where they threw your ROs on the street?
The dispatcher did throw my ROs in the street. By the way, he was a drunk, the dispatcher.
Yeah. He had Irish coffee every day?
Yeah. He made coffee, but had a thermos that had whiskey in it. Also, the service manager smoked a lot of weed and left early and came in late.
So he reeked of ambition.
I used to clean his demo when I was a lot lizard.
Oh.
I think we all did that. There's probably a couple people listening to this that were porters with me because I know they listen and they know what I'm talking about. Anyways.
Were you telling a story there?
I forgot my point.
Oh, okay. Well, let me pick up the ball and run. So the other thing, one, clearly tell the truth from the onset. The other thing, I wonder if this might help you out a little bit, Brian, is I heard you say that you talk to your customers either every day or every other day. Now, if it's a situation where you know that it's going to be an extended thing with parts or authorizations or whatever, what I might do is I might frame that and let the customer choose the interval on contact. So if I talk to Chris and
you usually want it way less than you think.
Yeah. So the one thing that you might find is that they want to contact every 3 days instead of every 2, but you asking them allows you to understand what their expectations are. And then to me, I think that CSI in general, isn't it about exceeding expectations, right? So what I want to do is I want to set it up, and if they say, call me every 2 days, well, I might call every day in 22 hours. I might just kind of sneak that up just a little bit, so I'm calling a little bit before they expect. And make sure that you're really good about staying in that contact, and then you want to establish the next follow-up time. So I would over-communicate about the communication, if that makes sense. So tell the truth up front, and then let the customer have a vote in the amount of time that needs to be spent following up. And to Chris's point, you might find that you have to spend less time, but you make the customer really happy because you ask them about how much they wanted to be communicated with.
I remember the story I wanted to tell.
Okay, let's do that.
So in this service department, there was a hot mess. We would write up, there were like 8 of us. We would write up customers all day. We would put the ROs into dispatch, and about 2 o'clock, you could tell on the wall what wasn't going to get in. The dispatcher would put like a mark of what he didn't think was going to get in. And then you had to call all those customers and tell them their car wasn't going to get in. And you would call a customer at 2 or 3 o'clock and you'd say, hey, your car isn't going to make it in today. And what would they say? So they dropped the car off at 7 or 7:30 or 8. And now it's 2 o'clock and you're going to tell them their car isn't going to get in. What are they going to say?
How am I going to get home?
No, they say, I made my appointment 2 weeks ago. And now you're telling me my car isn't going to get looked at today. And so what I learned, and it worked really well, is at time of write-up, I would tell them, like, hey, we're a little short-handed on text right now. And so we aren't getting to every car every day. There's a good chance the car won't make it in today. It'll be in line, but it won't make it in today. You might want to plan for that, and I'll let you know later in the afternoon. And solved all my problems.
Yeah, because you told them up front. They weren't stuck in a lurch.
Told them the truth. And if they had an issue or they wanted to complain, I just absorbed it. Yeah, we're a hot mess. We don't know what we're doing. My manager's smoking weed and the owner doesn't care. So, I didn't say that. But tell them up front. Tell them the truth.
Yeah, that's it. The truth will set you free.
Thanks for the question, Brian. We will see you next time on
Service Drive Revolution!
That's pretty good. Thanks for watching this week's Drive-By. I hope we gave you something to think about over the weekend. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.